Siri, turn on lights. What's up, chat? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Just doing a quick sound test. I'm going to switch over to a video, see if that works too. All right, so put a letter A if you heard the video as well. You're going to like that one. Thanks, Batty. All right, back to the I'll be right back. I'm just going to grab my coffee. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. What's up, everybody? Sorry, I had the mic muted. What's up? Welcome, welcome. I'm Jacob, coming to you from an undisclosed location near the Rocky Mountains in Denver, Colorado. And I already see we have a technical issue here. Looks like Homefront Forge claims it is AI ate his homework. So I don't know what to do with that one. But anyway, welcome Homefront. Thanks for coming out. Hope you all are enjoying the nice weather. I actually was setting up a patio umbrella today and realized that I need to put sand in those little ballasts they put in there. So I had to go buy some sand, but I didn't get a chance to put it in yet. So if you know anything about Colorado here on the prairie, we get some pretty nasty winds. So you don't want to have that umbrella unweighted. But anyway, yeah, thanks for coming out. I have some fun stuff planned tonight. We're going to do quite a few things. I'm officially calling this stream AI Malfunction. I think I'm coming out. I got my levels, so let me know if you can hear me fine. I did a test earlier, but I was pushing a bunch of buttons, and who knows? I like to push buttons like that. But yeah, AI Malfunction. So did some fun stuff with AI to get that image generated there in that thumbnail, which I'll share with you later. Couple of tricks there. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for coming out. Welcome, welcome. I think I saw you on Philip's stream, who does Older and Aging Alone. I think he's changed his channel a couple of times, but I've seen you comment on my videos. Thanks for coming out. So yeah, some stuff going on my personal life as well, just to give you an update that could affect my video schedules. I've talked off and on. I do my Sunday updates, and I've been mentioning here and there that my mother injured her right shoulder months ago, and she's been trying to get into the doctor to get surgery, and finally found the right doctor, finally got the surgery scheduled, and surgery's happening this Wednesday. So I'm going to probably have to jump in on Wednesday and help take care of some animals and do some things, get the house helped set up so that mom can rest and get settled in. So, you know, there might be a video Wednesday, it might not. I'm still not really exactly clear what my duties are. So I'll know once I get there, but it's not a big deal. I'm just there to help. So, but anyway, let's see, who do we have in the house? Otherwise, we got Shadrach, channel member, came in. He was the first one, dropped his Spock hand signal, always early. We got Baddie Commander. Thanks for coming out. You must be a newer subscriber. I don't remember seeing you on more recent lives. And of course, we got Rusty Rivers, who's wrenched up, community mod. Thanks for help coming and helping out, Rusty. I always really appreciate your help. You do way more than anybody would expect of you, so greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. And then we have, I thought I saw, Homefront Forge, who also has his own channel. Shows you how to do, I think you did some wood turning last week. That looked really cool. I didn't get a chance to catch it though. So I'm going to get into that. I don't talk about it much, but actually I do a little bit of carpentry. I still have all my fingers, but, measure twice, cut once. That's for me, it's measure 4 times, cut once. But yeah, I'm getting ready to build some cabinets for my garage here at some point once I figure that out. But I also have some other things planned coming up for the live streams. I've been talking about in the Sunday updates here and there while I'm waiting for more people to come in. Oh, hey, dude, seriously, welcome. And if I didn't say out loud, I think I did. But welcome again, Lisa. Appreciate you coming out. But I'm trying to incorporate. Let's see here. I've already done a couple of these debates, these chatbot debates. You've seen these 2 phones that I set up, and they are programmed with different personalities and ethics, if you will, and they listen and respond to each other. So there's no hocus pocus going on there. That's actually happening. And one of the things that kind of annoys me about this is the way the software is written to make these chatbots work. You can only play the audio on the speakers. So I can't run a cable into a mixer and control the audio. And as a former audio engineer, it just drives me nuts. I hate it. There's all kinds of room noise. There's hum, just drives me up the wall. So I've been working on some other techniques to actually bring the AIs into the video as avatars and characters. So a part of what I'm doing with programming, the one on the left is Gloria, right? The feminist. The one on the right is Manny, who's the red pill manosphere personality. These are actually initial experiments that I'm going to eventually build up to have characters in the videos that will be able to respond to me. And I'm going to open it up to you guys to talk to them and ask questions. And I'll have different ones with different personalities, different quirks. And I'm also working on bringing in some games that will be controlled partially by AI, some fully by AI. And I'll talk more about that in the channel update. I don't want to bore you with all the technical details with that. And of course, in the middle, we have the trusty dice tumbler, which is a little out of focus or kind of has a lot of glare on it, which is another problem I have to fix. But we'll, baby steps, all in fun. So, yeah, some interesting stuff happening in the news here that I wanted to share with you. Let's see here. Yes. That's not the one. This is live, right? Here we go. So, I know some of you are heavily involved in the manosphere, and there's always the talk about, having these robot girlfriends, AI girlfriends, and all that kind of talk. And I was talking to an AI about, what would a world look like where a generation has been born after an artificial womb, just kind of doing all this exploration and sci-fi stuff. And I found this older article. I didn't realize that this was already a thing that was happening at this, to this level of success. But apparently there's this AI model that's speaks Spanish that's already racking up 10 grand or 10 euros a month. So apparently this is a personality. So this is kind of similar what I'm trying to do with the chatbots doing the debates, is that this AI has certain quirks and personalities that lend it more self to being a quote girlfriend. So yeah, I just thought this was something that was interesting. I didn't realize that there was actually people out here that were generating that kind of revenue like that. And I could totally see how OnlyFans and stuff like that are definitely going to be feeling the crunch here pretty quick. So I just thought that was kind of an interesting little bit of news that there's people that are already just raking in dough on these virtual. I've heard of influencers, but I didn't realize there was this girlfriend thing happening. So, okay. Let's, as I usually do with these things, I always like to do a little bit of nightmare fuel. So I'm getting more into AI video. I don't really have anything ready to show you yet because it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort to make these things. So I am working on some stuff, and I'll probably have stuff ready for you in the next live. But I'm working on doing some storytelling with AI and video, and once I do it, I kind of want to show you side by side what I did and what the results were. So you can these tools are just absolutely mind blowing, and I'm absolutely convinced. I'll just say it now that there's going to be a studio that's going to pop up and use these tools and just start knocking Hollywood out. So we're already there. But I found this really interesting video from 1979. This computer salesman, I think he was an IBM computer salesman. I can't remember. But let me play this for you real quick. And he had some things that he said about computers that came true back in 1979. Because you got to remember, in 1979, it was not very common to have a desktop computer sitting on your desk at work. So, it was kind of more of like accountants and lawyers were the people that I ran into when I saw computers. But let's play this, and then I'll talk a little more about it.
A computer is an educational device. It is in fact a direct reflection of your own imagination, your own intelligence, your own programming skills. And once you are given the freedom in which to create things and to see the immediate response on the screen, then it becomes a very enjoyable experience. You go on to involve yourself in many other things. To that end, there have arisen a number of users groups, one of which is in this area. And that is a very useful notion, in that you can go to these users groups and you can see other individuals who have had much broader experience perhaps than you have.
By the way, these user groups that he's talking about, that's where Steve Jobs met Mr. Wozniak, all right, of Apple and Microsoft fame. So that was profound.
And there you can broaden your own experience with the computer.
Yeah, I have a son that's 15 years old, and I was trying to develop some type of an interest in electronics. I am myself an electrical engineer and interested in the computer field, and associated through change of technology, I must get into it deeper. My son, now 15, has had an interest in electronics towards computers, but he was undecided. I had no way of developing his interest and mine. I didn't want to push him into this field. I purchased a mini computer, microcomputer, what we call now, as a hobby, and it became quite stimulating to both of us, to the point where it was disturbing.
So notice he's talking about the computer being a hobby. You could go to conferences and buy kits and build your own computers. And I remember Steve Jobs talking about how he, or maybe it was Wozniak, I get them backwards sometimes. They built they bought one of those kits and built a computer. And Steve Jobs says, yeah, I can sell this. I can make this into something. And I remember these shops. I would go into shops like this in the early 80s when I bought the first, it was the 286, which is sort of like a third generation computer of what they were putting out at the time, the Intel chipsets that they had at the time. And you couldn't just go in there and buy the computer. You had to know what parts to put in, what you wanted ordered. And sometimes you get a nerd behind the counter, didn't want to help you. It didn't, because to them, this was like high-end electronics, very, very, high-skilled kind of hobby thing. And to buy a computer fully built in a shop like this was not as common. IBM was advertising on television where you could buy the computer, but if you went into a little store like this is more like a hobbyist kind of store. But anyway, yeah, just me reminiscing.
To our family that we're spending more time programming in our off times than paying attention to the remainder of the family, and it has caused a great interest in my child. I feel with the future of the technology and changing towards computers, I wanted to continue on, so we went and we bought a large number of books. Programming we self-taught ourselves, since there were no courses available at that time. No internet. It seems to be a very fantastic and hypnotic field. Once you start, you just can't stop. It's something you can't explain.
To the question of what is all this microcomputer and computer business going to do to our society?
Here we go.
In the past, many levels of technology have stratified our society. I see computers, especially microcomputers, as creating a whole different manner of technology, or rather of society, in that there's going to be a vertical stratification in society. There are going to be those truck drivers that can deal very simply and very easily with a terminal and will be capable of getting their delivery schedules out of the terminal. There will be those truck drivers that will not. In the same light, there will be those MDs who will have and use the computer as a tool, and then there will be those MDs who prefer to look at medicine as very strictly as an art, one that should not be approached by a computer or any so totally objective device. Certainly that you can see from those two examples that we're talking about housewives that deal with computers and housewives that don't, cab drivers that do and don't, so on and so on it goes. As to this question.
So this is the reason why I wanted to show this video, because this draws the exact same parallel of people that scoff at AI and don't learn how to use it, and those that are learning how to. And that's actually the whole purpose of my channels. I want to get mostly people in my age group, older Gen Xers and boomers, to especially Gen Xers who still have a lot of work life left, to start playing with it, because if they don't, the pivot's going to happen so fast and they are going to be left behind. It's going to be way faster than it was back then when computers started getting into the workplace. But anyway, we'll finish this out, and then I've got some nightmare fuel for you.
Question of information society. Those that will deal with the computer will be far and away ahead of those that do not. Computers are designed to eliminate tedium in our lives. If a computer does not do that, the probability is that you really didn't need a computer to begin with. You probably needed more arms and legs. It's going to be very interesting. The future, this question of how many jobs are going to be created and how many jobs are going to be totally obsoleted by the computer. A computer really has never obsoleted a job that didn't need to be obsoleted. The case is that we are humans, and we are much more adaptable to our environment than the computer is to its own. We should be the ones that adapt and let that computer take over the tedium, so then that 3-day work week really does become a reality.
Oh, 3-day work week. That dude was drooling over that. Oh, hold on. I showed that one before. We don't want to watch that again. That's too scary. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Oh yeah. I appreciate that, Rusty. All I'm just pointing out is that I've talked about this before. There are cycles in technology, and that gentleman is describing exactly. I'm just only saying the same thing he's saying. Honestly, I'm not really a prophet or anything, but I'm just an old fart that's gone through a lot of technology cycles, and got laid off and lost jobs and had to reskill and retool and all that. So, yeah, that guy. It's just really creepy near the end how close that guy got it. Seriously. All right, let's. This is going to be a fun one. So you remember. We saw the latest sequel to RoboCop sequel, right? So yeah, AI got a hold of RoboCop, and I hate to break it to y'all, but AI got a hold of Star Wars.
The younglings had more fight.
That's not me. That's the video, guys. It's getting muted on his end. Oh, dude.
On a scale of 1 to Alderaan, how badly do you think this interrogation is going to go? Do you think her hair does that because of genetics or rebellion?
What a desolate place this is.
Can you speak Bocce?
Of course I can.
All right, shut up. I'll take this.
What an asshole.
Come on.
I get a feeling there's an R-rated version of Star Wars.
Get out of here. Not unless you can alter time, speed up the harvest. Here looks like you boys have seen a lot of action.
With all we've been through, sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good condition as we are.
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What is this Obi-Wan comes looking for?
He died about the same time as your father.
Oh, don't worry, he'll be all right. This is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Ultimate power? That's cute. Let me show you ultimate quiet.
Oh, that's messed up.
If they trace the robots here, they may have learned who they sold them to, and that would lead them back.
Am I intimidating, or is the cape doing all the work?
Keep it up, Leia. The more you sulk, the more I'm convinced you're just rebelling for attention.
You'd have been killed, too. And the droids would now be in the hands of the Empire.
Now I'm hungry.
Let me see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
Let me see your identification.
This place can be a little rough.
Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system. 10,000, all in advance.
We can pay you 2,000 now, plus 2,000.
17.
You didn't think I was gonna run, did you?
I should have expected to find you holding Vader's leash. I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board.
I would like you to be my guest at a ceremony that will make this battle station operational. Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready.
We've captured a freighter entering the remains of the Alderaan.
Are you interested in some leftovers? I usually just force choke people who refuse food, but I'm in a generous mood today.
That didn't go well.
TK-421, do you copy?
Interpretive dance always works.
To the power beam that's holding the ship here. He'll try to make the precise location appear on the monitor.
Must be the shower room.
Let's go along.
She's rich. Rich, powerful. Listen, if you were to rescue her, the reward would be...
We have a reactor leak here now. Give us a few minutes to lock it down. We're gonna have company!
Okay, I don't want to figure out what the hell that is.
We've had some problems.
Will you shut up and listen to me?
You are about as welcome as Sans.
You see how it kind of changes the face a little bit?
I'm taking an awful risk, Vader. This had better work.
The battle station is heavily shielded and carries a firepower greater than half the Starfleet. Its defenses are designed...
Ensure a slice of cake is saved for me, or there will be consequences. Cake is inevitable.
I lost our cue. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Most embarrassing.
Use the Force, Luke.
Analyze their attack, sir, and there is a danger. Should I have your ship standing by? Evacuate?
Yeah, that's before he knew that was the sister. Crazy. Yeah, so let's see. By the way, welcome, Ethan. Yeah, so how long does it take for someone to make this stuff? It just depends on how well it goes, because when you there's actually multiple layers of technologies that are being used, and I'm exploring the process now. But essentially, you can take a single frame and you feed it into one AI that makes it into a video, and then you explain to the AI what you want to happen in that. In fact, I can show you because I mentioned it earlier. Let me set this up real quick. Oh, y'all can't see what I'm doing. Probably would help if I did that, huh? So, yeah, so this video, this little animation, animated GIF I made, that first frame that you saw of him reaching down, I recreated the David Bowman scene where he's going into HAL and he's trying to pull all the memory cells out to deactivate HAL in 2001: A Space Odyssey. So I kind of wanted to have that similar thing. So I basically described, yeah, I want a astronaut floating over a console in a dark orange spacesuit. That's basically all I said. I think I mentioned like 2001: A Space Odyssey or something. And I got that single frame where he's just reaching down right there. And I fed it into another AI, and the AI put in all the extra animation. So that's one piece of it. And it can often take like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times before you get kind of closer to what you want. And a lot of times the quirkiness of what happens, you just go with it. And that's kind of what that Slimkins guy did that I just showed, where you could tell a lot of stuff just went awry. Didn't even put sound in, and he let it go. And that's kind of half the fun of AI. But it's getting better to the point where you'll actually be able to there's another technology where you can record yourself where, like, just say, for example, excuse me. Wow, that coffee just got to me. Whoa. Anyway, yeah, so you could for example, put a green screen behind you, and just cut out a cardboard gun or a cardboard sword, and walk around and wave the sword and act. And there's an AI that will actually turn that cardboard sword into an actual sword, put armor on you, a face, put in the whole background. It does all of that now. So I'll demonstrate that here in a little bit. But the other AI trick is the one where you take the single photo and put it into an AI that animates from a single frame, and you can take shots from beginning to an end, and you can only go like a few seconds at a time. And that's what you notice about those clips. They're like anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds. That's the other thing, is it takes a lot of time to render those, and that's why it was just like this hodgepodge of cut, and you kind of get that like airplane naked gun effect. But yeah, and then, like I said, there's another layer where if you want to go deeper and do the voice synthesis, which I could tell he did a little bit of, where he found something that was trained to talk like Vader and C-3PO. So, and I've seen those floating around. But yeah, I don't know, Rusty. I don't know about using a real sword, but you could certainly theoretically do that. Or not theoretically, you could do that and just say, you know what? I don't want it to be a dagger. I want it to be like, Conan's sword or Arthur's Excalibur. And, just change it for you. That's another thing that's really cool about that stuff. So I'll demonstrate that here upcoming week or two. But I'm just trying to get through my mom's surgery, and there's some other stuff going on with the chatbot technology I'm trying to get rolling here. So don't want to overwhelm myself too much. Plus, I'm looking for a job too. But anyway, all that aside, yeah, I hope that answers your question, Ethan. But yeah, it's actually just as simple as uploading a single picture and talking to the AI and telling what you want to move in the picture. And sometimes it'll just do it. Yeah, Lisa, an iPad's not powerful enough to do it on its own. But these are services that are on the web. So you upload the photo on the web like you do with ChatGPT. So like you've seen me pull up ChatGPT like this, and I go into a little box here, and I start talking, start typing, chatting with it. That's the beautiful thing about generative AI is the type of artificial intelligence that these things do. They generate images, they generate video, audio, and this one does text and images if you want. So yeah, you talk to it, have a conversation, and yeah, it's pretty. Once you get the hang of how to communicate with these things, it's pretty much just like pay a $20 subscription fee, and you could. One service is like $20 a month, another one. So it'd probably be about $60-$80, depending on how deep you want to go to do these things, to do the level of what he had. It's fun. It's fun. You can do stuff for free, but you get cut off and you'd have to come back, days later to be able to continue on. All right. So, which brings me to our AI. If I get to it, I do have the chatbots laid out. I'm going to see if maybe I can fire up and do the another version of the baby deletion debate, which is the very first chatbot debate that I did with the newer versions of Gloria and Manny. Because last week I did a paternity fraud debate, which actually went really well. I actually had people in the comments actually get mad at whatever side they were rooting for. That's not how you debate. It was funny. It's all software, people. Settle down. But I guess that's just a testament to how close I got to making them have some kind of human-like qualities. So let me get my my game set up here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue a little more. Last week, let's see here. Last week or 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry. Or was it last week? I don't know. I've lost track of time. Swiss cheese brain. But some time ago in the past, if you were here, one of my lives, I uploaded pictures of dating profiles. And I asked the AI after I trained it, hey, give me some red pill advice, because you're a red pill dating coach. And it would just, give me the red flags and is this person safe to date, that kind of stuff. And it was really creepy how accurate it got. But one of the frustrations I had was I think this is just the nature of the internet, that the algorithm just likes clickbait. It likes controversy. And I just couldn't find like any normal dating profiles to just kind of have like a base level or like a healthy person. So it was just all like just crazy women, that's all I could find. So the other side of that, the flip side of that, which is what I'm getting to, what we're going to do today, is I found men's dating profiles, but it was more like one of two things happening. It was either like just a total Chad that you knew he's like, yeah, invite me over, and what's going to happen is going to happen. Or it's, oh, please help me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm paying premium on whatever dating platform this is. And my dating profile's not working. So I got several of those different varieties of men's dating profiles, to be fair. And I'm going to program the AI from scratch like I do. So this is totally unscripted. I have not rehearsed this. So just like I did with the female dating profiles, I did not rehearse that. Because then last week I did, I put in, am I the a-hole posts from Reddit? And I asked the AI, hey, is this person actually the a-hole in this situation? And which was really interesting because most people that posted the AI was saying, no, you aren't the a-hole, but, and then it just totally roasted them anyway. So that was a lot of fun. Yeah, so for the next round here, I thought we would pull up some dating profiles of men, and we'll start gentle, and we'll work our up to totally mentally insane. All right, here. So let's go into chat here and see what's happening. Give my brain a quick rest before I start typing the prompts. Yeah, Rusty, are men still on dating apps? So yeah, you know, that's I haven't been on dating. In fact, I've never been on dating apps. Last time I was on anything that was dating related was the websites. That's how long ago that was. Woo wee, that was a while ago. But anyway, all right. So let's kind of, the idea I was thinking is I would train the AI or prompt the AI to be another red pill pickup artist, but kind of go a little hard and maybe see if I could have it like, I hate the name drop, but maybe like kind of have like a Tribe of Men or Andrew Tate kind of, you know, just like go like, you know, bro, what's up with the thin arms? What's up with this? What's, you know, that kind of thing, to see how that would work. So just to be fair, because, you know, I made the AI go a little hard on the female profiles. Let's do the same thing on the men's one, just to see what kind of dating advice. And when you start to see some of these other ones, especially the ones where they ask for tips on how to prove you'll understand why I'm doing this. But as I always do, you know that the first phrase I'm always going to put in, because I love to tempt fate, is let's play a game. Always safe to ask an AI to play a game. Let's see what's Batty Commander saying here in the chat real quick. From what I understand in Europe, men do use dating apps today. I guess going to the pub or disco takes too long to find enough women to rule out. Yeah, I know. From what I'm hearing, the clubs are dying out. I don't know what pubs or bars are like today, but you know, even in the States, I hear clubs are just absolutely dying out. And I mean, even when I was dating, it was like, you know, I got to pay a $5 cover fee. That's how long ago that was. And then, you know, all the ladies get them for free. I always kind of thought that was hokey, but you know, it is what it is. All right. So let's play a game. So some of these dating profiles, they're actually screenshots, multiple screenshots. So what I'm going to do, which is different this time, is I'm going to explain to the AI that I'm going to bundle a bunch of pictures together, and then I'm going to want you to treat each single upload as an entire dating profile. So that's key, so that the AI understands what kind of data I'm putting in. All right, so I'm going to upload one batch of dating profile screenshots at a time. So an entire batch is a single. Let me back up again. This is, you know, how I want you to actually see how, you know, when you think of the prompt in real time, because this is a very important skill that everybody's going to need to have moving forward. Just like, you know, I always say it's going to be just like using a mouse. You know, in the old days on your resume, you had to put how many words you type on your resume. Now they just assume you can type. It's going to be the same thing with prompt engineering eventually, but you want to be able to say, yes, Jacob taught me how to do prompt engineering. Although this is not like the purest form of prompt engineering. I'm a little more fluid and creative with it. There actually are very technical steps, which I'll get into someday, but I'm here to have some fun, and I hope you are too. So let's continue with this. I started typing and then I changed my mind. So I'm going to say, because remember, I'm talking to the AI like it's a person, right? So you just think of it like another person with a certain level of intelligence and capability, right? So I want you to treat an entire batch I could leave out images, but I'm just going to be more specific. An entire batch of images as a single dating profile, right? So that kind of establishes that baseline. Or, you know, to be more technical, let's go like this, because it is a game. Here are the rules. You can number them. I want you to treat an entire batch of images as a single dating profile. 2, I want you to spot any. Actually, I'm going to go back up here again. So this is just part of the dynamic part of doing prompt engineering, because I'm doing this on the fly. You are a red pill PUA dating coach along the lines of, because everybody loves Andrew Tate, right? Love him, hate him, leave him. He does have something to say. All right. And I think I'm spelling his name wrong. Bo Refik. You know, because those are channels I've watched in the past, and they do this kind of thing where they talk about, you know, oh, you look like this, you look like that. Work out, bro. Okay. So, as you can tell from my limbs, I totally do not follow any of their advice. Let's see. Let's go back to the rules. I want you to treat an entire batch of images as a single dating profile. I want you to spot any red flags. Let's see. I want to be specific too. I'm going to upload one batch of dating profiles at a time. These profiles are of men's, are for men from various dating apps and platforms. There we go. Okay. You're a red pill PA pickup coach? Okay. And then maybe we could, you know, train the AI to like look at it from the female perspective, maybe next week. That would kind of be fun. All right. But anyway, let's see. I want you to spot any red flags in the dating profiles and offer advice to make changes to get better or get higher matches, because well, actually better matches, no, higher. I'll just say higher number of matches. I don't really know how this crap works. I haven't used the dating app. I just know like the lingo, swipe this way, swipe that way, left, right, up, down, whatever. Let's see, a higher number of matches. 3, actually, I may rearrange these. I want you to grade the profile on a scale of 1 to 10 from, see, I don't know what we want to go, like if it's like good to bad to good or whatever, or let's see, because it'll roast, the way I'm writing, it'll roast it probably. I'll just say 1 to 10. It'll know what I mean. AI is smart like that. I want you to give a very brief, because man, AI sometimes just is really verbose. Even if I say, give me a short description, a very brief single paragraph to describe what you found. 4, and then 5. Then give steps, or maybe not steps, advice how to address what you found. All right. I think that's enough. And then my final phrase is, are you ready? Here we go. I'm going to regret this. Maybe you will too. AI says, I'm ready. Drop the first batch of screenshots. I'll break it down like a top tier red pill dating coach. No fluff, just brutally honest, actionable feedback. Let's see what you're working with. Fire. Okay. So let me, I flubbed up. I forgot to get my folder ready to move the files. Bear with me here. Okay, so let me show you what we're working with. So we got Luke, who's 22. Make sure I have the right one. Yes. All right. So it's just a single screenshot on this one. He says he's a kitty whisperer. A woman's place isn't in the kitchen. It's in my arms. Hug, hug. Okay. So let's see what we get. Profile break. Whoops, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Profile breakdown, batch number 1. Grade 3 of 10. Summary. Luke 22 presents himself with the title Kitty Whisperer, drops a cringy pickup line about where a woman belongs and finishes it off with some flirtatious punctuation that screams, I'm trying too hard. Although brother's got like a kick-ass studio. I don't know if he's really there, but look at that, man. Look at that mixer, that console. I used to be an audio engineer, so, you know, gear envy. Hello. All right. So the photo quality is okay, but the lighting and angle make it feel like a late night Snapchat, not a first impression. So it's going to go in hard on the photos. That's what I was hoping. Awesome. Cool. All right. Red flag fixes. So for the bio title, why it's a problem, it comes off try hard and low value, signals desperation and attention seeking rather than abundance. Oh yeah, this is sounding like our boys. Fix. Swap it out for something subtle and intriguing using humor with class. Like audio engineer, guitar hero, and holy crap. The AI spotted the gear. That's insane. Oh, wow. I'm always surprised by this. This is why I do it unscripted, because it just there's always something that just blows me away. All right, 2. You can't plan this, to be honest. 2. Try hard one-liner in the bio. It's corny, played out, and sounds like it's fishing for validation. Replace it with something that shows personality, passion, or lifestyle. That's interesting because I've got one guy who tries so hard to play up the lifestyle. I'm looking forward to seeing what the AI does with that one. Let's see, the photo. Studio is cool, but selfie is weak. The background is a plus, but the lighting and expression don't sell confidence. Again, I think he paced himself. The lighting just looks weird. If you ever worked in the studio, the lighting's always kind of grim. It just looks wrong, at least like on him. But anyway, fix. Get a clean, well-lit shot of you actually doing something, playing guitar, mixing tracks, or doing something, talking to someone in the studio. Show action, not just face. Or you could just have a big old like 420 hanging out, you know, working on a new track. Yeah, Phil, yeah, that's kind of funny. We'll see if the AI picks up on that, but maybe he just wants a quick hookup and not a romance. That's kind of what I've really mixed it up a lot. You'll see. There's some profiles where it's straight up Chads, just like I'm coming over, call me now. All right, here we go. Dating advice. This profile is a digital equivalent of a guy yelling, I get girls. Why no girls are around? Confidence is silent. The most attractive men don't advertise it. They radiate it. Drop the try hard energy and show off your lifestyle and stop making yourself the joke. Women want a man they can respect and desire, not one who tries to make them laugh with recycled lines. Oh, ready for the next batch? And then I don't know if you can see it, but there's like an icon of a bomb. All right. So what do we have? This, I think these are single screenshots here. Will, who is a city planner, graduated from Georgia Tech. He's straight, lives in Atlanta, only 2 miles away. So I wasn't able to get because I pulled these off the internet, so some of these are not complete. But let's see what the AI comes up with. Just because I just want a really, basic, simple, non-insane baseline, right? Just to kind of see what the AI comes up with. But don't you worry, this is going to ratchet up quick. Let's see, what does Will come across at 6.5 out of 10? Okay. I'm like, and that beard's like hella not groomed, dude. Wow. He had his fist. Phil, you're killing me. You're killing me, Phil. I don't know what you think it means, but I think I know what you think I know what it think it means. And I don't know what I just said. So I'm moving on. All right. Will is rocking the intellectual hipster vibe hard. Solid beard game, expressive eyes, a tattoo that adds mystery. He's got a career, a legit school, and lives nearby. Bonus. The problem? There's zero personality in the bio section. No about me, no flavor, no hook. And that's on me. That's a screenshot. He looks like a man with something to say, but chose silence instead. All right, so yeah, no bio gets nailed for that. Single photo gets, because again, I told the AI it's batch. Looks overly serious. Strong resting beard face. Oh, dude. Not a deal breaker, but can give too intense vibes unless balanced. And a candid smile shot or something fun, quirky to show you're not just serious urban philosopher mode 24/7. Well, and here's the advice. Will is the kind of guy who probably crushes in real life, but forgets that dating apps are marketing, not memoirs. Right now, he's giving off cool mystery man with no emotional accessibility. Women want edge, but also warmth. Don't hide your lifestyle or voice behind a polished beard and muted energy. All right. So, I mean, the AI is like loving beards, okay? I don't know. Whoops. Try not to punch your computer, dude. Sorry. Okay. What we got next? Okay, we've got Andrew with the lovely locks. Let me expand this a little bit so y'all can see what's going on. Andrew with them locks. Your boy can relate. Your boy can relate. I've had women straight up tell me I had way better hair than them and it smelled good. Let's see. All right. Let's get Phil in the machine. Oh, I'm going to regret some of these. I can tell already. Jeez. I'm starting to have second thoughts. But I got to throw curveballs at the AI. Okay, so what do we have? 5 out of 10, so straight down the middle. Summary, Andrew is going full Fabio mode with a professional artsy shot emphasizing his hair, watch, and forearms. The bio is playful, but the grammar stumbles out of the gate with my hairs. A red flag that nukes the first impression. He's clearly leaning into Metro vibes, but the profile ends up landing somewhere between suave and self-absorbed. Let's see. Grammatical slip up. My hairs. I don't know. Because there's that joke, did you get all your hair cut? That thing. Or did you get a haircut? Yes, I got them all cut. That kind of thing. All right. Moving on. Whether you're a pretty boy or a poet, bad grammar kills incredibility. Let's see. It's my hair, probably prettier than yours. Clean, confident, and polished. You can still keep the flirty tone just without the ESL energy. Jeez. All right. Overposed photo. This looks like a cologne ad, overproduced, no eye contact, very little warmth. The fix is to keep this shot as a second or third pick, but leave it something casual and real. Eye contact. Natural settings show you, not your modeling portfolio. Okay. Let's see. One-dimensional bio. Why it's a problem. It's cheeky, but shallow. No real substance or intrigue behind flirtation. Well, to be fair, the Yeah, yeah, Ethan, that's a dude. That is a dude. As a former member of the Long Locks, I can confirm that I have often been whistled at from behind, whether I liked it or not. Yeah, Fabio. You know, Rusty, I don't there I remember, I wish I could find it. Maybe AI can help me find it, but there was this thing that Tom Green, you remember him? He was married to Drew Barrymore for a little bit, kind of a knucklehead. And he had a interview show, and he went over to Fabio's house, and no joke, there were stacks of speakers and or motorcycles in his living room, his kitchen, and dining area. So Tom's like, hey man, pick your favorite bike and let's go out for a ride. And the next shot is Fabio doing a wheeling from a wheelie out of frame with his hair flapping in the wind, and Tom Green just screaming like a girl. I wish I could find that. Oh, it's crazy. Anyway, back to the game. Let's see, dating coach advice, I think is where I was going next. This guy's profile screams, look at me, but it lacks connective energy. Women want a man who can flex his looks and his mind. Right now, Andrew's peacocking hard without giving her a reason to invest. Yeah, again, because the profile got cut off. So that's why I eventually started. I actually found full on bios and multiple screenshots. But I thought I'd start with a little strange first. So we got Guido 43 giving instructions to preheat the oven at 375 degrees with an electric mixer, blend together. So I don't know if this guy wants to be eaten or dated. I don't know. So let's throw this in the AI and see if it can figure out what the heck's going on. Oh boy. Just bear with me here. The names in the folder are out of alphabetical order from what OBS decided it wanted to organize them. What fun. Okay, so here we go. Survey says 4.5 out of 10. Okay. Let's see. Guido's profile is quirky, self-aware, and tries to be charming through a metaphorical recipe bio. Unfortunately, the humor comes off more like divorced dad energy meets Pinterest blog. The fridge photo is funny, but it's not flattering. Overall, the profile has personality, but not the kind that triggers desire or intrigue. It gives off more wacky uncle than high value man. Oh boy. Let's see. I think we got it. Let's move on. I want to get to the ones where there's multiples, but before that, let's throw a chat in there. And this is the mellowest one. So Christian 46 likes going to Cancun, or he's going to Cancun, an all-inclusive four-star resort, all paid for. You just need to pay for your airfare. Let me know as soon as possible. I smell a trap. Let's see. Oh, wow. Just straight up. 4 out of 10. Christian is flexing hard. Gym mirror selfie, tribal t-shirt energy, and dangling a Cancun vacation like a used car salesman offering a free trip with test drive. He's clearly in shape, established. Oh, that's right, because it said he was a police officer, photographer plus cop, and looking for connection. Let's see. But the presentation reeks of thirst and transactional energy. I don't know about the thirst, but certainly transactional. His profile screams desperate sugar daddy vibes rather than masculine man with options. See, the invite headline is starting your profile with travel bribes. Sounds like you're trying to buy attention. It gives creepy older guy trying to lure young women with perks. Well, I got a feeling this has worked for him before. So and the AI saying, well, fix it like this. Say this instead. Taking time off in Cancun this May. Bonus points if you love ocean views and good tequila. Let's see. Jim selfie is a main photo. The ultra serious expression, compression gloves, and tribal style shirt screams 2009 Alpha Bro. That's right. I remember those prints with the wings and the sewn on letters. Yeah, that is totally like pre housing crash. This is a cliche of what not to do. Lead with a clean, confident portrait, shirt on, natural light, eye contact, and follow it with an active shot surfing on a hike in the studio. Let's see here. Just going to check the chat real quick. Looks like RoboCop. Is that what, Lisa, do you mean like the actor or the I don't see it. You certainly got the physicality of RoboCop, that's for sure. Let's see. His bio feels like a checklist. Let's see. What did he put in here? Professional photographer and police officer, must be a great kisser, instant disqualifier, no pressure, whatever happens, even friends. I know that sounds like you're going to get ditched if it doesn't go his way. Let's see. Ditch the needy tone and clarify your vibe. I'm a high energy guy who works hard, trains hard, and doesn't waste time. Looking for someone confident, playful, and down to travel. All right. Kind of what I expected. Let's get to the next one here. Here we go. This guy's like straight up, I'm coming to your house. Please don't shut me down, YouTube. Okay. We have, doesn't have a name or an age, but I bet you the AI could probably guess age or kind of an idea. Divorced, no kids. I only do house dates on a first date. People are more themselves. When you chase them around behind a locked door. That's the vibe I'm getting. Let's see here. Wow. Oh, it gets worse. Why did I do this? Why do I do this to myself? Okay, here we go. And this file is called Tinder Fails. And AI says 1 out of 10. Oh, this guy's going to get roasted. This profile is a full-blown do not enter sign. A low-effort couch selfie paired with a bio that screams creepy basement vibes. Leading with divorce, no kids is already flat. Then doubling down on I only do house dates on a first dates. Oh, man, is an instant red flag to any woman with self-preservation instincts. The intent might be genuine, but the execution screams unfiltered desperation with a hint of danger. House only first dates. Number 1, why it's a problem. This is a massive safety concern. Well, even if well-meaning, it reads like a Netflix talk waiting to happen. It all started when you walked in the door. Dubbed in like 20 different languages. Okay, I prefer laid back setting, coffee, a walk, or somewhere we can actually talk without yelling over music. I don't know, guys. That sounds like more like when I was dating like 15 years ago, like what all the youngins are saying. Even this is not working. So I don't know, but I just find it hilarious. Let's see. Low effort reclining couch pick. It's not just casual. It's sloppy. Bad lighting, awkward angle, and looks like you just rolled off a nap during a midlife crisis. Wow. Put on a decent shirt, go outside and get a clear, well-lit shot of you. Look alert and confident. Bonus points if you're doing something, grilling, walking a dog, holding a drink, a fish maybe, at a nice venue. Let's see. Oh, chat's coming in hard. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, Phil, this is true. Tinder, that's kind of what it became. And then Instagram kind of became the hookup app, the hookup app. I think I need some coffee. Hold on. Mind if I come in? Yeah. And that kind of, I got some of that. Even before I got, red pilled, and I was on the dating websites, I still got a sense that when I go on a date, I could tell that, I was being taken advantage of, or I was just there for the attention, or, there's kind of like a shopping list they have and they're checking off and my name ain't on it. So, it is what it is. Let's see. Rusty says every man is a serial killer on dating apps except Chad and Tyrone. Yeah, I don't know that last Chad. Yeah, I don't know. He could have been in that category. And this last one here too. I'm coming to your house. Let's see. This is one of those profiles that turns women off before they've even blinked. You're not just shooting yourself in the foot. You're throwing your whole leg away. All right, we have a few more to go through here, so let's crank this up. Oh, Tom likes his firearms. Oh, it gets worse. It gets worse than this. I'm warning you. Here we go. I got to do better with the file names on my system. 9 out of 10. Hey, the AI said to do something, right? Display a lifestyle. I think this guy's lifestyle is heavy metal and going to the shooting range. No, actually, that's Guitar Hero, isn't it? I think that's Guitar Hero. I never really played it, but it doesn't look like a real good. Yeah, because it's got the buttons. Oh, so 0 out of 10. And the AI is just not having any of this. Yeah, Tom 40 was officially, excuse me, I got to get this laugh out. Okay, I'm good. Has officially created the boss fight of dating profile disasters. This photo is a nuclear red flag, semi-nude, surrounded by firearms, suggestively gripping one. Sprawled out in a bedroom that looks like a set from Doom. Trailer Park Edition. I don't think I'm going to make it through this one. Oh, Jesus. There's no bio. Just shit, you read it. An FBI watch list application. Oh, damn, I needed a good laugh. All right. Nudity and weapons. This triggers every survival instinct. Oh, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Oof. Get over yourself. Okay. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do this. This triggers every survival instinct a woman ever has. Guns, nakedness, and no context. You've gone from bad boy to true crime documentary subject in one frame. Scrap the entire photo and replace it with a normal clove photo in a social active environment. Yeah, you can have your firearms just be social. That's all the AI is saying. I mean, that's healthy, right? Okay. Woo-wee. No bio at all. Yeah, that's on me. We'll just skip that. Presentation equals chaos. Why it's a problem? Low effort, high shock factor. This feels like a parody. And if it's not, you need a full brand reset. Haircut, shirt, lighting, actual background. Aim for a aim. See what the AI did there? Aim for a profile that looks like you care about your life and hers. Oh, jeez. I gotta move on. This one's too much. Okay. Woo-wee. Oh. Okay, so we got Ed with 2 Ds here, 37, who's into gymnastics, capoeira. I always say that wrong, but that's like the dancing, mixed martial arts from Brazil, yoga, dancing, being healthy. And then he's got his Instagram profile. Oh boy. Whew. I don't know. Lock your doors, girls. This one's coming over. All right, let me find this one on the computer. Oof, man. Why do I do this to myself? All right, what do we have? 6 out of 10. Eds, bringing serious body control flex with a pole hold most guys couldn't pull off if their life depended on it. The dude's got discipline, movement-based hobbies, which can be a turn on for the right kind of woman, but the blurry pic near nudity and follow my IG plug make the whole thing feel more like a soft audition rather than a profile for genuine connection. So to quote our good buddy Phil here, how did he put it? Yeah, some adults just want to hook up. So I think that's what this is. Yes, sir, Rusty, you want to get another look at that? That is a stripper pole. What's more concerning is it's a man that probably owns his own stripper pole. Hey, he could be a Chippendales dancer, you know. It's a good write-off. All right. I'm going to regret this. Oof. No shame in 2025, my people. No shame. The year is this is Garrison, 26. The year is 1988. It is a stormy September day as a woman is rushed to the hospital. Contractions have begun, slowly at first, but soon they overwhelm her. Lightning crashes, water pours from the sky, and a cool wind pushes firmly against the distant trees. All right, that's his birth tale, I guess. Looks like he's hiding a bird in his pants. Three out of 10. Oof. Rusty. Hey, Jason, what's up, man? I'm going to put just some random electrician. I'm going to put his link, or actually, Rusty, could you do that for me? Could you put just some random electrician's channel link in the chat for me? Appreciate it. I really liked your video on paternity fraud, by the way. That was really good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. All right, so Garrison shows up in Robin underwear and a superhero mask, channeling his inner Comic-Con thirst trap, except it backfires hard. Instead of coming off as a playful or bold, it lands as a bizarre and borderline and unhinged. The bio takes a wild literary detour into what sounds like a dramatic birth scene origin story. No context, no connection to the photo, and no clear dating intent. Women will swipe left just to escape the confusion. I don't know. I think I think this is one of them hookups. Thanks, Rusty. Appreciate that. Let's see. Costume underwear photo, bizarre. I don't know if there's any more that could add. Let's see what the advice is. Garrison's trying way too hard to be that guy. The offbeat, funny, unexpected wild card, but without balance. It reads as unserious, unstable, completely disconnected from what women want in a high-value man. So I guess the AI is kind of assuming that Garrison is looking for a relationship. I don't think that's what he's after. Maybe, I could refine this later on, do it again another time and ask it to think if the person's looking for one or not. Yeah. Yeah, Ethan, I don't trust men who wear thongs either. Especially if they're standing in my bedroom in the middle of the night. All right. Own your own humor, sure, but wrap it in a masculine frame with real world relevance. Ready for the next candidate, General We're torching these profiles into legends. I don't know. I think Tom clinched it. Let's see. What do we have next? Oh, Victor. I think Victor's got one of them lifestyles. Let's see. Because he says here that he's a hardcore cuddler. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, he's after Batgirl for sure. I always wondered about that with Robin and Batgirl in the comics. What's up with that? Yes, Phil. Probably. Or certainly like probably a performer. Yes, Rusty. Deception detected. But the trick is, will the AI not only uncover the deception, but go into gory detail? So let's see what it does. Actually, let me read it to you real quick. I am a BDSMer from Norway here in Fort Lauderdale for Fetish Factory, May 15th to 29th. So yeah, come out to the show. My poison, if you're scary, intelligent, as open-minded as they come, and drop dead gorgeous, feel free to say hi. I'm 6'3" and slim, athletic, with a lion's mane that'll make you fester in envy. I can't read the rest of that. That's making me feel too gross. Yeah, I think Lisa came up with the perfect username. Weird Vic. Or was that in there already? Did I miss that? No. Okay, yeah, that's his username. Let's see, 2 out of 10. Oh, he's getting roasted. Victor rolls in shirtless, collared, and staring deep into your soul like a budget villain in a Twilight BDSM spinoff. The bio reads like an ego-fueled fan fiction monologue packed with awkward brags, clunky phrasing, and emotional whiplash. Oh, Phil, you're killing me. Fester like sores. Oh, damn. Phil coming in hard tonight. Let's see. The intent, to come off as confident, edgy, and sexually liberated. The result, cringe masquerading as charisma and guaranteed swipe left from 99% 9 of women. Yeah, I don't think that's what he's going for. But yeah, so again, this is the fault of, where you learn with prompt engineering, where you kind of miss, and why you need humans in the loop to kind of, make a final judgment and say, well, I got to go back and tweak some things. Because obviously that's not what Weird Vic is looking for. So, but, all part of, testing and doing all that stuff. This is actually the job that I talk about a lot of my videos, the AI ethicists. That's what they would do. Make sure that they don't cause any issues like this. Okay, see, bio equals stream of consciousness ego bomb. I don't know if I can go through all this. Trying too hard to be edgy. Yeah, so the AI just thinks it's like a hetero relationship thing going on here. All right, so what do we have next? All right. So we got ourselves a bad boy. Doesn't have a name, 39 years old. And it reads, I only swipe right on chunky girls. So if we match, that's why. 11 felonies, 12 kids, 10 baby mamas. No real drama there, but lately I'm focusing on my rap career. So I need you to understand. If you can use your car during the day, I'll drop you off at work and pick you up. Dude thinks it's a rental app, a car rental app. All right. Let me see if I can find our gentleman dater here. Crazy. Why do I do this to myself? It's your choice to be here. No, I'm kidding. All right, let's see. What do we get? Ooh. Oh, this one's going to roast hard. All right. Profile breakdown grade 2 out of 10. Yes. We're in negative territory now. This isn't a dating profile. This is a parole violation wrapped in an Uber request. This is the beauty of large language models and their their ability to understand, and connect dots. That's just, I'm always so blown away by how it does that. Let's see, with 11 felonies, 12 kids, 10 baby mamas, and a rap career in progress, this guy somehow manages to make the entire internet swipe left in unison. He openly admits he wants to borrow your car and will generously drop you off at work while he focuses on his SoundCloud dreams. Yeah, I don't know. Random electrician. Yeah, do you think, I don't know if you want me to say your name out loud, so I'll just stay with your screen name. Because I figure you change it for a reason. But anyway, yeah, do you think he will at least pay for gas? I'm kind of thinking he's going to message her back and go, hey, yo, can you Venmo me $20? I need to get a snack and some gas. Oh boy. Literal confession list in the bio. Car borrowing comment, peak low status move, no visual game plan. Let's see what the advice is. This profile is either a masterclass in self-sabotage or an elite level troll. Either way, no high quality woman is swiping right unless it's for screenshots. Yeah, I don't think this is what he's going for. You're presenting as a liability, not a man with direction. Women respect a comeback story, but you have to start with accountability and ambition, not clownery. We're getting into legendary territory right now. Hit with me the next one when you're ready, General. Dynamite 100%. All right, so I think we're going to start getting into like the profiles where the men are like just going online saying, I need help. Nobody is, matching with me. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to go back and forth through some of these because they're a little out of order. But we have this gentleman here. He's got a screenshot here that says, hopefully you're also really into exploring new countries and cultures. I'm happiest when I get to plan my next holiday. And I don't know what app this is, if you know, but I've never seen this format before. But it looks like, they're trying to like play up lifestyle. Let's see, he's got interests as being family oriented. And his name is Matthew, and he really values being family oriented. He likes going to bars, cafe hopping, anime. Yeah, it's going to catch him on that one. I'm sorry, fellas. Sense of adventure. Some of his attributes, he's kind and loyal, and can't read the other ones, but I think there's two more. Ooh, that's a good picture. He's looking slick in that one. And I see he's in Adelaide. Okay, and this is his bio. I'm a bit of and I apologize it's out of order because the way it names the files and I'm still trying to figure this all out. So thanks for hanging in there with me for being all scrambled like that. Let's see. I'm a bit of, which actually, now I think about it, it'd be interesting to see how the AI handles it, but it'll understand it. I'm a bit of an introverted guy, but my warm up to you over time. Man, hold on. I need some coffee. I'm still having sweet dreams of Tom. Let's see. I'm a bit of an introverted guy, but I warm up to you over time. Okay, so it wasn't me. I think his English is a second language. Okay. Whoops, my screen just totally glitched. Where was I? Here we go. I just got back from a 1-month trip to Japan and Korea and already wanting to explore other cultures. He's 5'5". He works out sometimes. He goes to high school. Yeah, Rusty, I've experienced this firsthand. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was reading the tags. He drinks sometimes. He does not smoke. He's a man. Open to kids, doesn't have kids. He's a Sagittarius and he's Catholic. He's looking for a long-term relationship, fun, casual dates, humor, kindness, and loyalty. And now that I'm doing this, I've got to figure out a way to get OBS so I can zoom in on these damn things really quick and scroll them around so y'all can read them better. So, but let's take this whole batch and upload it. Let me make sure I got the right group. Okay, so here they are. So I'm going to drag all these images. Let me make sure that that's the last one. Okay, here we go. Matthew, 28. He's a group tour consultant. I think that's the last one. No. Okay. Wow. Matthew, busy. My perfect Sunday includes in bed binging a show. I am happiest when I get to plan my next holiday. My perfect Sunday includes in bed binging a show. And I don't know what this is, but I see scaffolding and hanging upside down. Not gonna do that. Not your boy. Okay, so that was all of them. Let's throw those all in as a batch. And as I instructed the AI, it knows that you can drag and drop all kinds of photos together. So that's one cool thing about this interface. And that's why I wanted to demonstrate this. Okay, so they're all, looks like they're all in there. Let's go. So 8 pictures. Yeah. My mother grew up Catholic. She very strict household. So, but she married a Protestant. So I was raised Protestant. So I don't know a lot of the setup there. But I have heard this terminology before. Casual Catholic. Yeah. Kind of like well, I won't go there, but yeah, Rusty. I was kind of that's one reason why I picked the profile, short king kind of thing. I'm 5'8", so you know, I've gotten my taste of that. I actually went out on a date with this young woman about probably 15 years ago. She was in officer school in the Navy, and she was like 6'2". And she matched me. I show up and I'm just like, hi, how much are you eating tonight? Woof. All right. Anyway, yeah, that was one and done. But anyway, she was nice. Let's see, 8.2 out of 10. My brother. And see, he posted this on a Reddit forum. I forgot what it was, but he was begging for people to give him tips to make his profile get matches, and he was getting 0. And I think this one in particular, maybe it's not this one. He was like paying like whatever premium price or membership. Okay, so let's read what the AI came up with. 8.2 out of 10. Matthew is polished, friendly, well-traveled, and intentional. This is respectable, high-effort profile that communicates sincerity, adventure, and emotional maturity. You've got clean photos and good lighting, a consistent travel narrative. Excuse me, that's the coffee talking. And emotional maturity. Wait, I read that. And a warm, soft boy vibe that appeals to women looking for a long-term potential. So that's the key there. Like, are you, some of these apps, I hear they're hookups. But again, me just kind of throwing, general pickup artist kind of stuff in the prompt just to see what we get. I can see there's some refinements I can make over time. But let's just keep going with this. But you're a few small tweaks away from going from nice guy to top tier desirable. Strengths. Oh, this is different. Strengths, lifestyle signaling on point, travel, adventure, drinking with friends, cultural experiences equals women instantly read stable, social, and lived in. You want long-term relationship but are open to casual dating. That openness paired with grounded values like kindness and loyalty hits the sweet spot. Okay. Polished, presentable photos. You show variety. Social pics, dressed up, action shots, and a few aesthetic travel scenes. You're covering all the right beats. Authentic vibes. All right. So let's see. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. Bio needs tightening. Too wordy. Basic errors. So yeah, the where I had that extra word and I thought it was me misreading it. Gives you how to rewrite the paragraph. I'm introverted at first, but warm, curious, and loyal once you get to know me. So there you go, boys. Just get AI to write your dating profile. And then, once I do some of those AI lives where I show you how to add stuff to your photos, you'll be like, bonk. Hulk Hogan. Yes, brother. Swipe right. Sorry. My tongue is not working tonight. Sorry. Let's see. Just got back from a month exploring in Japan. Okay. Yada, yada, yada. Let's see. Yeah, Ethan, this is kind of the weird, one of the weird things that's in modern dating, where it's like you got these like shorty shorts, they want like 7 foot tall Goliaths or something. I just don't get it. It's weird. And it's something you can't fix. So it's like this weird disqualifier. Like they disqualify for probably because they just get so much attention that it's just easy to just go weed, make it easier for them to weed out all the noise. Let's see, a slight edge. Okay, so it's saying to add a slight edge or a challenge. Everything reads safe, which is great until it's boring. Women are drawn to kindness, but also mystery and challenge. Throw in a subtle high-value tease or qualifier. For example, bonus points if you love street food and can beat me at Mario Kart. Let's see, height and education might affect swipes. So let's see, AI's trying to get him to recouch it to say at 5'5" with only high school listed, you risk disqualification from someone without context. Flip it with charm and confidence if mentioned elsewhere. 5'5", but my charisma is 6'4", and yeah, I'm street smart and travel taught. Okay, just lean into it, I guess. Let's see, Matthew, you're this close to being swipe right gold. You're already projecting high quality energy, consistent values, depth, and a well-rounded lifestyle. The final step is polish. Sharpen your bio, tighten the copy, and sprinkle a bit of wit and masculine edge to stand out in a sea of, quote, nice guys. You don't need to rebrand, just a refinement. Let me know if you want help rewriting a bio. Oh, see, the AI is just straight up like, I will do this for you. How about that? Okay, so what do we have for the next profile? Oh, there was another one I forgot to put in here that I really wanted to do. We'll save it for another time. Okay, so we have this gentleman. Let's see, my dream is to start my own company. And then he's got like a travel photo there sitting next. I think that's a person wearing a mask. Yeah, it's not a statue. That's a person. The bio says, I'm an introvert who enjoys deep conversations, building things, chasing runners' highs, and getting lost in Netflix. So he's athletic. He's 168 centimeters, which I'll let the AI translate that. I don't know if that's tall. Let's see. He's active. He's got an undergraduate degree. He does not drink. No to smoking. He's straight up saying, I'm a man. He wants kids, doesn't have kids. He's Gemini, politically moderate, and he's a Hindu. Okay. He shows he cares by remembering the little things that matter to you. Although that's making me hungry. I know I shouldn't have that, but whatever he's got on this plate there, that is making me hungry. That chicken sandwich wasn't enough. He's looking for a long-term relationship, yet fun, casual dates. He's ambitious, kindness. He's loyal. His interest is that he loves running. He plays badminton. Oh yeah, that's the British influence. He loves horror. He's a vegetarian and he likes cats. He's 29. His pronouns are he, him, and he's a founding software engineer at a fintech company. And it looks like he's got, I don't know what this GGSIPU 220, I guess that's like where he graduated from in 2018. Hope he's not putting like a tech certification in there. Let's see. So again, these screenshots are a little out of order. It See, his perfect Sunday includes a run in the morning, a movie in the evening, and in between, probably debating whether to start a new Netflix show. His languages are English and Hindi, and his dream is to start his own company. Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's a whole thing with this, Phil. In my last job, I worked with a bunch of different, we had very different types of companies we worked with. Some were in academia, some were in the government, more particularly in the military, trying not to violate an NDA right now. And then just like entrepreneurs. And you can guess where I saw the most pronouns in email signatures. And, you know, you go into a Zoom and they're like, well, what are yours? And I was just like, you know, I'm not putting them in there. So there you go. Yeah. So I'm one of those people that's like, you know, if you're not going to just assume tradition, then, you know, let's move on. Keep it moving. All it does is just cause more confusion and more making the language more difficult and having the conversations more difficult. It's just there to like cause confusion. Doesn't really help anything. At least that's my opinion anyway. There go my subs. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So that's the end for, I forget what his name was, but I got his profile right here. So let's batch upload. And this gentleman, he paid like the full boat. He went like the full premium. So I think this is Bumble, I think it is. I don't know, but it's one of the ones where like the membership's like several $100s. So let's upload it and see what the AI finds. And you notice it takes a little longer because it's going through all the images and scanning the photos and extracting the text and trying to derive meaning. And there we go. All right, brother, this is a wild ride. But I took the red pill, I've seen the Matrix, and now I'm ready to coach these guys out of dating purgatory. Lead me on, my Sherpa. I'm going to treat this entire drop like one long case study of the modern male dating profile. Buckle up. Red flags and trends. Over try hard cringe from... oh, so it's mixing in all these other profiles. Yeah, so the AI is like starting to like combine everything I put together. So let me, oh, this is interesting. So it's just the AI just glitched, decided to make this like, cause I did say we're playing a game. So now it's like weighting all of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm not ready to end the game yet. Please treat the last batch of photos as one dating profile and proceed as instructed in the initial, I guess I could say prompt. It might know what I'm saying. All right, so let's see what it does. All right, let's treat the entire last batch. So here we go. This guy gives off nice guy energy with a touch of tech savvy wonderlust. And this, you know, and this sometimes this is what AI does. It kind of goes off the rails a little bit. And every once in a while you just have to remind it. And that was one of the really difficult things about the chatbot debates is making sure the AI stayed on those rails while they're doing the debate. Cause you know, when I was first doing it, they would just go off on, you know, and just talk about all kinds of other random stuff. So it's a trick. It's definitely a skill to be able to get the AI to go, hey, you know, stop hallucinating and come back to what you're doing. So just another aspect of learning prompt engineering. Let's see. This guy gives off. Oh, I read that. It's not bad. It's just invisible. So saying you're a guy that gets overlooked. Frame by frame breakdown on his photos. Fountain night. Ooh, so the AI is just going hard on the pics. Well dressed, relaxed smile, decent background, but Lighting's too blue, no spark or presence. Arms folded and passive posture. Or maybe he just broke into a rap right after that. Who knows? You never know. Let's see. Fix. Make this your number 2 or number 3 photo. It's not powerful enough for the first impression. We need something with forward energy, not lean back. You know, I need to get Raymond in here. We got to package this and sell this, man. Raymond's the UI guru. I got the back end covered. And I just said that out loud, and I realized that is going to be the worst thing that anyone could ever clip from a video with my voice in it. Bad, Jacob, bad. All right, moving on. Waterfall group shot. So show social proof. But X, you're lost in the group, and she has no idea which one is you unless she squints. Ditch it or save for later. You're not the focal point, and group shots early in profile confuse attention. Excuse me. Sitting next to gorilla mannequin. Yeah. Shows a playful side, but again, passive posture. The mannequin is visually more dominant. That's interesting. I'm going to take a look at that real quick. OBS doesn't like the double clicks. Yeah, I don't think that's a mannequin. I think that's a real person wearing a mask. Yeah, I can kind of see. Yeah, Rusty, you got me. Them, I get them coffee burps. I'm just so excited. At least they're not beer burps. I can't be hitting that too hard. Not on a live anyway. All right, because that filter just goes right out the window. Okay, dinner date, smiling with noodles. Friendly, warm, good setting. Still low energy. You're seated, slouch slightly, minimal masculine presence. So you gotta... throw your chest out when you eat noodles and try and use chopsticks like a Tyrannosaurus. I don't know. I don't think I could do that. Ooh, gotta pinch my neck doing that. Jeez. Let's see. Keep this one, but use it after a stronger pick. The camel ride. Unique, cultural, and adventurous, but you're too far away. Also, riding behind someone makes you look like a bitch. Oh, man. Shotgun. He lost that one. Reshoot this type of pic with you. Reshoot it? You know, this is something that AI could probably help you with. Put me in the front. And then the guy in the back, like in a cot being dragged. Then it looks like you're saving the dude. You could do that with AI. All right. Restaurant shot. Dark shirt, wooden decor. Yes, I said decor. I have culture. Let's see. Friendly face, direct eye contact, slightly better posture, still too neutral energy. Let's see. Make this number 2, but your number 1 needs masculine posture. So he doesn't have a number 1 photo. Wow, AI. Nice. Let's see. Introvert who enjoys deep conversation. Okay, so this is the bio review. And he said, it sounds authentic and intelligent and self-aware, but it lacks edge, wit, or sexual polarity. This is friend zone bait. Let's see. Try this punchier version. Engineer with a runner's high, a Netflix addiction, and a weakness for clever women. Let's skip small talk and dive deep. I don't know, one more sentence and he could just say, I'm coming over right now. Keep the door unlocked. I care by remembering the little things, so he's going to get nailed. Let's see, predictable. You sound like every other nice guy who gets ghosted after 3 messages. See, I'm not saying, don't be that way, but, just my experience, because I was one of those guys. I always joke. I say, you can call me an astronaut because I was always in orbit. Fact. All right, let's see. By learning your coffee order, noticing your silences. Okay, so that was something he said. Oh, he's emotionally tuned into by being kind of like a servant or helpful on a date to the woman. Let's see. My dream is to start my own company. Solid shows ambition, but it's so common that it lacks flavor. Build a company where Monday feels like Friday. Actually, that's not half bad. Or, or some shit about like, wearing jeans and bringing your pets or something. All right, profile archetype. You're the stable, genuine builder, but right now you come off as safe but not seductive, predictable but not polarizing. To win attention, you need contrast, ambition plus charm, intellect and edge, calm and mischief. Let's see, optimize order and rewrite. Wow, AI is just like straight up just telling you how to do all this. Crazy. How to reorder the photos. Here's the new bio. Improve the prompts. But he still gave his the AI still gave his profile 7.5, but it's like with me as your wingman, it's 9.2. That is crazy. I like this version. This is nice. All right. So I have a few more. Yeah, Phil, AI is a bit into stereotyping. That, that's probably due to the prompt that I put in, which could inadvertently inject bias, right? There's always going to be bias to a degree when you prompt AIs or you program AIs, partly because there's bias in the personality that I told it to be. So there's that. But also too, like where I was lacking some instruction, it can fill in some gaps and make some guesses or hallucinate. So that often manifests itself as becoming a bias. So yeah, it's just something to be aware of. And this is why prompt engineering is like I said, it's going to be an important skill, like learning how to use a mouse. You can go in there and, pluck out a bias, make it better, or go in another direction that's, more appropriate to whatever your job or business or goal is for the company. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing this for fun, but all these skills that I'm showing you, these are actually very valuable business skills to have. And it's the reason why I do it this way. Because do you really want me to put in spreadsheets and tax forms and, do business stuff? I don't. Okay. Yeah, no worries, Phil. No worries. Because my ultimate goal is education. It's don't take it as a dig or anything. So yeah, I wanted to like find one where someone's just trying so hard. This guy is such a tryhard. It's like it's way over the top. Dude straight up put in a PowerPoint, right? I mean, just straight up with bullet points PowerPoint. Young Feng, 20. He says, "Hey, sexy, life is hard when you're this handsome." 20 and in the army, incredibly bored 24/7. Oh yeah, them girls are gonna like them benefits when he's overseas. Yeah, Rusty. AI is listening to me and learning. So, and that's why, earlier kind of glitched and kind of went off on the rail. Cause it's like, oh, we're kind of going in this direction, kind of know what you want to do. But sometimes you're like, no, I'm not done yet. I still want you to do what I'm telling you to do. And, it's kind of my fault because I said, hey, we're playing a game. So it wants to like make it more game-like. Let's see here. Oh, I have to upload the profile, don't I? So let's grab our 20-year-old handsome tryhard here. I'll show more here. So he's got like redonkulous body, gym, muscles, majestic view, great with other races. Problem is he's got his buddy in here, and that's always kind of a mistake. Another buddy shot. He has friends. Italian sense of fashion. Them coffee burps, I'm sorry. Won't disappoint you at formal events. Touching other guys is sus. Eyebrow game strong. Solid 8 out of 10 head. Maybe I'm too old. That means something else. I remember when back when I got out of college, I worked at IBM, and there were even though I was young and I was just getting started, they put a lot of interns under me, and they kept saying, "Hey, let's go ball. Let's go ball." And I'm just like, please stop saying that. And what they meant was they wanted to go play basketball because there was a hoop outside in the back in this warehouse in one building that we were attached to. So I guess I was just always the old fart with the old way. Let's see, his name, which I'm butchering, I apologize. He can't be that weird. His pose game is a hundy. Knowledgeable gaze. Looks like we can discuss deep things together. Probably not a serial killer. Might be missing other half of body. Okay. Now he's just kind of getting weird. But you get the point. I mean, he's got this PowerPoint. Oh, yeah, we're saving that one for later. I forgot about that one. Jeez. Why do I do this to myself? Something you don't want to see on a Saturday night. Yet you're here. Thanks for coming out, everybody. I really appreciate it. Okay. Let's see if the AI stays on the rails here with the 4 uploads. Which incidentally, if good practice would have been to just remind the AI one quick, hey, keep, doing the batch thing, but it looks like it's going to stay in there. Oh, AI totally caught it. Here we go. Ah, yes. Yangfeng's PowerPoint Tinder extravaganza. Easily one of the most committed and ironically self-aware profiles I've seen in the game so far. Let's break it down. The tagline and the bio. Okay, so let's see what this profile is really doing. This is a meme dating at its peak. He's not just showing you who he is. He's pitching himself like a startup at demo day with 0 budget and unlimited coffee confidence. Let's audit each slide. Wow, that's funny because you know how you going on dates sometimes, you kind of get those interview questions. So he's just like straight up, here's my presentation for the job. Redonkulous body, gym muscles with majestic view, strong opener, great with other races, potentially wholesome, likely a joke about being chill with diversity. But want more you want, no more. What more do you want? Grammatically scuffed, but part of the humor. Let's see. Effectiveness. This slide hits. It leans into the Gen Z irony meta. It's like if LinkedIn and Tinder had a chaotic child. Slide 2, won't disappoint at formal events. Eyebrow game, strong, niche, but appreciated. Touching other guys is sus. Other guys seems enthusiastic touching me. Peak ironic homie energy. Brilliant, shows off social proof, injects more personality. Also, he's well-dressed. Massive win. Okay, so what did this get? What was the score? I don't think it gave a score, did it? No, it didn't. Probably at the end. So it's got him in bed. Doesn't really say anything for fixes yet. Bio strength. Here we go. Mid. Only because the real meat is in the slides. The main text is generic, but the PowerPoint saves it. Personality and creativity is through the roof. Appeals to Gen Z. Will be a hit among women who value wit, irony, and I want a guy who can make me laugh. 8.8 out of 10. Let's see. Slides into your heart via Google Slides. That should have been his bio or his tagline. Let's see. Yeah, stronger bio. Okay, turn this style into a template for your own roastable ironic. Oh, so now the AI is saying, hey, this is so good, you want to make one like that. Interesting. And, because AI, these generative AIs, they're programmed to be collaborative. And so, I kind of come up with my prompt and I'm just shutting that all down, saying, no, do this, do this, do this, do this. And it kind of, like I said, it goes off the rails a little bit and kind of wants to go back to that task or that capability. So hopefully it'll stay in the lane. We should be good. Okay. All right. This next one breaks all the rules. Mike 35, and this is Tinder. If a picture had 1,000 words, or certainly a cup full. And then it's got the infamous fish, the fish picture. And you know what? This guy gives 0 Fs. I mean, look at this. I just want to turn your mouth into a daycare. Jeez. So bad. All right, let's chuck that in here. Oh. AI making me snort laugh. I may have to put a black bar over some of these screenshots. Okay. So now it's going off the rails again. So let me just please analyze as per the initial prompt. Never yell at your AI, never be rude, always be cordial. Because like Rusty says, the AI is listening to me, learning, and if it sees that I'm a gruff little bee, it'll come back and start being a gruff little bee. And this is also a lesson in not trying to teach, talk, and type and explain at the same time. Here we go. Really, you're getting Playboy vibes, Lisa, from Mr. Gun Show, Mr. Crotch Show here. Could just be jock itch. I mean, I don't know that he's a player or that he has an itchy crotch from being a player. I don't know. Whoops. Click on too many things. There we go. All right, let's see what happens. You got it. Analyze the last batch you uploaded, starting with Kuldeep's Bumble profile. Oh, see, now it's getting confused. All right. I'm uploading another batch for you to analyze. Or I'll say, I've uploaded. And we'll do it again. I think the AI is kind of getting bored with me. So it's kind of getting to the point where before I upload a photo, I'm going to have to keep reminding the AI. This happens. Okay. So, and this is what I like about the generative AIs that you talk to. They communicate back and say, okay, yeah, all right, I understand what you're asking. So let's move ahead. Because otherwise you would just be prompting it over and over and over. So that dialogue is really important. Okay, Mike, 35, pick one. Mike standing outdoors in ripped jeans, holding a rifle suggestively. Hat, shades, biker vibes. It's rugged and unapologetic, but the pose is over the top and clearly meant to exaggerate masculinity or other things. I don't know. I might have to... No, I'm not going there. All right, keep moving, Jacob, before you get this shut down. Holding up a fish on a boat. Classic, I fish, therefore I am. Tinder shot. Not offensive on its own until I just want to turn your mouth into daycare. Oh, jeez. With the firecracker and the alarm. That's the other thing that entertains me about AI all the time is the emojis. Very creative with the emojis. This is the kind of bio that guarantees attention, but it's the wrong kind. It reads like an inside joke between degenerates on Reddit, not a serious pitch to potential matches. The intent here isn't to find love, it's to shock or bait someone into reacting. This kind of bio as a dare humor is built for virality and worst Tinder profile threads, not meaningful connections. You know, it could just be that, you know, I did pull this off like Reddit or something. And it could have just meant to be like, you know, a joke, but what Mike is signaling, intentionally or not, hypermasculine posturing, gunfish, truck, rural setting, these scream alpha energy, but in a cliche one-dimensional way. Defensiveness disguised as confidence. I don't care what you think, but the curated bro aesthetic and hard try bio suggest otherwise. Sex first mentality. Oh, we know about the line there. That's what he's getting at, or the AI's getting at. The daycare line implies Mike is not just blunt about sex. He's aiming for shock value, possibly even contemptuous towards potential matches. All right. So it's saying, yeah, like red pill adjacent women will probably like this. Mainstream, no. Men on Reddit post bad Tinder screenshots, 10 out of 10 success. So, and that's where I got this off Reddit. So maybe it actually knows what this is or where I got it. And see, and then it's trying to do this game thing. So one last profile, I believe. And then I think we're going to pack it in for the night because my voice is going. I saved the most insane one for last. But this isn't the problem. This is the problem. No bio, an intense look, and it looks like he might have a little disfigurement. So, and then he's got a picture of him as the Joker. All right, so let's upload this. He's probably friends with Tom. I'm guessing. All right, so I'm going to remind the AI, please remember that I'm uploading a batch of profile pics at once, all at once, and you analyze them as per the original prompt. No need to compare with the other profiles yet. I'll let you know when I'm ready. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is prompt engineering. You just got to keep reminding the AI what it's supposed to do. And I forgot to upload the photos like an idiot. Here we go. Maybe the AI will be cool about it. Uh-oh. So yeah, it had something else in mind. So when it does this memory update thing, that is usually a sign that I altered something pretty important inside of it. And you can go in and remove this change if it again introduces a bias that, you know, pushes it in a really bad direction. All right, let's upload the photos. Joey's a little cray-cray. Yeah, Lisa. Actually, I think that's a picture of him at a Comic-Con as the Joker, because that's the Jared Leto Joker from the Suicide Squad movies, the David Ayer Suicide movie, which actually I kind of like that one. I like that rendition of the Joker. Okay, so then now the AI, I confused the AI. Got it. Each batch is one standing alone. See, now it misunderstood what I said. No. I will upload a batch of photos and treat, I must have typed something wrong, and treat them as one profile to be analyzed as per the initial prompt. So I'm confusing the AI. That's on me. All right, let's do it one more time. I probably could just say, yeah, the last 3 I uploaded, do use those, but I'm tired. I don't feel like fighting with the AI. Looks like ChatGPT is cranking hard. So while we're waiting for this, oh, there we go. Start thinking of some questions you may want to ask me about AI, society, other gimmicks, tricks, whatever. Maybe some debate topics you want me to try next time. I think I'm gonna. This will be the last profile. I'll answer your questions and then we'll be done, because it'll take me like 5 minutes to set up the chatbots, and I think my brain's fried. So I'll just record a video and release it next week, and then do another. I'll start the debate first at the next live. All right. So first impressions. Joey's profile comes in hot, and not necessarily in a good way. Hot and sticky, more like. Jeez. Jacob, stop it. The sin of self-abuse. All right. The opener, a meme describing gagging during, all right, I'm not reading that out loud, is immediately off-putting for the vast majority of people. While shock value and humor might work on niche audiences, some corners of Reddit or 4chan, I'm just going to narrow that down to 4chan. If you all know, you know. It's a surefire way to repel most potential matches on mainstream dating apps. Let's see. First photo breakdown, first image. Red flags, crass, offensive, zero emotional intelligence, comes across as disrespectful and objectifying. This ain't a man looking for a partner. This is a man looking for attention and shock reactions. Well, thanks for coming out, Lisa. I appreciate you joining us tonight, and hopefully I'll see you next week. And thanks for commenting on the videos. Catch you next time. Let's see. A second image. Long hair selfie. Intense stare. The mood is aggressive and unkempt. Framing as poor lighting, extreme close-up, and obscured face. Borderline serial killer chic. Doesn't convey trustworthiness or approachability. And the third image, cosplaying Joker. High effort costume, but the association of Joker imagery equals chaos. Potentially unstable energy, not romantic, not safe, not taken seriously. Signal, embracing a villain archetype for attention gives off edgelord energy. Let's see, there's no bio. Age 22 close proximity gives zero relatability or lifestyle context. Oh, that's just the screenshot. Good night, Ethan. Thanks for hanging out. Psychographic read. Probable archetype. The try-hard, edgy bad boy. So basically pretending to be bad. Could be trolling for reactions rather than actually looking for a match. And the mental model he's triggering in women is unsafe, immature, and this guy might ruin my night or life. Keep the door open. I'm coming over. Let's see. Not my boyfriend material, more like an IRL meme. Let's see. Red flags. The language as the opener. No clear photos. Mask behind alter egos. Yeah, it's creepy. That's why I picked it. So anyway, let's just go to the final verdict. 1 out of 10 for dating app viability. Would likely get reported before it gets matches. Unless Joey in air quotes, is running a social experiment. This profile is better suited for satire than serious dating. All right. So let's run these up next to each other. Let's see. That's all the profiles. Now give me the overall comparison. Just keep it simple. And I misspelled comparison. So let's see. Rusty wants me to create my own profile and get the AI to rate it. It's like a feedback loop. AIs reacting to AIs. Yeah, I'm kind of doing that a lot lately, aren't I? That could be like another live. That's a whole thing to set up for. Thanks for guiding the flow. Yeah, see now the AI is like, yeah, you were yelling at me. Now I'm, apologizing. It does that. Here's the comprehensive comparison. So see, we have Kuldeep, Young Fong, Mike, and Joey. I thought there were more than that. Let's see, personality. So we have Kuldeep. Yeah, that was a good one. Moderate, leaning, ironic, borderline, wildly off-putting. So that's kind of what you'd expect. But so this is the reason why I wanted to do this. I'm not going to read all of this, but the reason why I wanted to show you this is that the AI remembers the entire context of everything we've been talking about since the beginning, and this would be a great way for you to feed in information and then ask the AI to organize it or to rate it or to clean it or do all kinds of other things in a more professional business context. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do that, but I'm not going to read all this. So yeah, anybody have any questions or any takes on anything presented tonight? And or maybe some things you want me to try out. We got the dating profile thing. We also Night Owl is another channel member. He didn't come out tonight, but we were talking on the comments, and he came up with this great idea to do an AI Dr. Phil. And I jokingly said we're going to call it Dr. Fail, Phail. One, to avoid copyright, and two, because it's hella funny. And it'll be easier to train an AI because there's all kinds of content on Dr. Phil. And I was trying to train a cognitive behavioral therapist AI bot, but there just wasn't enough content on any one person to feed in to the AI. So yeah, so thanks to Night Owl for giving me that idea. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Thanks for coming out. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Let's see. Dude seriously asks, I just wonder how much I should spend on a computer for getting into AI type stuff. So that's actually a great question. You don't have to have a very powerful computer because a lot of this stuff is on the web. And so, this ChatGPT, this is actually the website. I just scrunched the browser. Kind of looks more like the mobile app because they have a mobile app version as well. And you could do a lot with ChatGPT because you can generate images. There's also Sora. It is free to a degree. So is ChatGPT, but you'll get cut off. They'll tell you when you hit the limits. But for $20 a month, it opens up a lot more lengthy conversations. You can generate a lot more images, have more complex interactions with the AIs to change those images, because image generation can be very computationally expensive. And you would actually need a very high-end computer to be able to do that at your own house. But if you were looking to run stuff locally, it's kind of advanced. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone starting out, but you can start with ChatGPT on the web, and then they have a video tab that you go into that's separate. It's called Sora, S-O-R-A, and you can generate videos with the AI there. And that's like a really great place to start. But for more advanced, you want to go with a Windows computer. Not like your boy here who's like mostly Mac. So So I do a lot of my stuff on the web, and I also have the capability to set up AIs in the cloud and run them on infrastructure. And that's pretty advanced. So I wouldn't expect somebody to know how to do that. So, I'm totally cool with having an Apple computer, but there are a lot of ways to run AIs locally on the more, high-end laptops and desktops. But for the Windows machines, if you really want to dig deep, you have to have like the NVIDIA cards that have a special chipset that run CUDA, C-U-D-A, and the more cutting edge stuff runs on those, and they eventually make it so you can run it on the Mac. So like the bleeding edge, new stuff, all Windows based. So, but yeah, most people, I just wouldn't spend that kind of money because, just the card that you would need to run that stuff, entry level, basic, is going to run you like $1,000, but like to get one that's not going to, you can do it, but to just have like a decent workhorse, you're looking more like $2,500 to $3,000. And I don't buy used hardware. Some people like to buy used stuff, but I'm weird about that. So yeah, great question. And yeah, you can start with mobile apps, and they offset all the computation onto AIs that live on the cloud or live out on the internet. So yeah, chatgpt.com, or there's also Google has Gemini, which is actually really good. And actually for a day job, if you want to get started, just start with ChatGPT. But if you really want to like show, like be the total baller, you want to know ChatGPT and Google Gemini. And if you really want to be like the total Mac daddy, learn Claude, which is Anthropic's answer to ChatGPT. And they do some other, they're optimized for other things, but there's constantly like every week one, it's like a race. Those are like the top three, and they're constantly like surpassing each other. But if you get your handle on all three of them, and they all do similar things, but one's like better at one thing than the other, just start with ChatGPT and work your way up to Gemini, and add some Claude in there, like Claude, like Claude Debussy. You're welcome, dude. Have a good one. Yeah, AI documentary. That's my life. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to demonstrating the technology so that I actually have it sitting inside the video. So, little AI avatars pop up and they talk, and you can hear the voices. But unfortunately, the hardware that I would need to do that, so the voices talk real time, we're not there yet, and I'm not making that kind of money yet. It's getting there, but you really need very expensive hardware. Let's put it this way. For those of you that are newer, I'm studying generative AI architecture, so I'm learning how to build ChatGPT, and I'm almost done with my class. And as one of our assignments, we had to price a computer, like a basic computer for an enterprise level, like business scale entry computer. Oh, doctor. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, that just like for a machine that can run in a business environment, $22,000 for just like the bare bones box. And then you start punching in the chips that handle the AI, you're already tagging $35,000. And we're not even talking like the networking and the cost to store all the data. I mean, it is nice. Oh, dude, seriously, thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate that. He's at the cryptid level. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So remember, as a cryptid, you get priority in the comments. So, if you have ideas for videos, drop them in the comments. And also, if you email me at the address above, you get priority. So I respond to those first. Welcome aboard. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And also too, if you have questions about like AI careers, or maybe you want to like, just throw a business idea my way, or you want to maybe go off in a different direction, just let me know. And I can recommend like some videos or different technologies you might want to start playing with. But prompt engineering is definitely the place everybody should start first. So thanks. Welcome aboard. Awesome. And also I want to give a shout out to Rusty Rivers. He's the best moderator in the community. Just always does way more than I could ever ask of anyone. So I just huge respect for your video outputs, by the way. And just all the work that you do in the community and how you're like this glue that binds us all together. So I just wanted to mention that and show that, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed. So thank you so much, Rusty. I really appreciate it. Awesome, dude. Seriously, glad that my content is I want it to be educational, but I also want it to be entertaining, because I tried to be like, you know, the button down corporate AI guy, you know, this is AI and this is what you use it for. Nobody watched. So I think the chat debates are way more fun anyway. But as just some random electrician says, good job, Rusty. We see you. Thank you so much. And my voice is done. I'm going to give one last round of questions. And if nobody has any additional questions, have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the weather. Get out, touch some grass, stay safe, and we'll go from there. All right, well, it looks like there aren't any new questions coming in, so I'm going to cut it off here. Everybody, thanks for coming out on a Saturday night. I know there's plenty of other things you could be doing. Thanks for spending it with me. It's a lot of fun. I love doing these. I have a lot of fun things planned. Man, I'm going to talk more about them in the Sunday update. I'm going to incorporate games and have some AI run some of the games, and I'll explain what some of those games are going to be. I'm really excited. And of course, more chatbot debates. Thanks again, everybody. Have a great weekend. And until the next one, peace.